Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show that shall not be named, where I try to explain what I'm drawing, but I'm not that great at explaining stuff, so hopefully this is helping you out. Today's prompt is Scratchy, and this is the first in a series of 3 drawings that I'll be starting where I'm going to be drawing monsters. So I decided to draw a monster named Scratchy with many, many claws. Many hands and many claws. I busted out the pencil for this one because I'm about to draw 20 or 30 arms and hands, and I figured I might need a pencil sketch for that. Otherwise, it was just going to turn into a glorious mess. And yeah, so I'm just going through and sketching all the little arms and hands and trying to get them into each one into a different position. Draw as many different positions as I can. I'm drawing the heads here. I decided to give it 2 heads with some beady eyes and some like sad, gulpy looking mouths. And then I decided to add some arms up on top. I almost made that one a middle finger, flipping the bird, but I don't know. I hesitated. Would have been pretty funny. Maybe next time. Here I'm switching to the fine nib. Just doing some outlining. Trying to define all the edges so that this monstrosity doesn't turn into another type of monstrosity. I've been practicing with the brush pen off camera, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. But I've been posting those drawings, like pictures of those drawings, to my Patreon. And I figured I'd mention it because if you're interested in seeing a little extra behind the scenes content, you can hop on my Patreon and help support the channel, get a little extra content, yada, yada, yada. If you want, if you're interested, links down in the description. So yeah, I'm just cruising through here, outlining the eyes, the mouth, doing a little bit of contour lining, getting all these hands outlined. This one took forever. I think it was over 3 hours, which is the longest drawing so far. Not the longest drawing I've done, but the longest in the Inktober drawings. Trying to push it each time and do a better drawing, but unfortunately that makes them take longer, and I'm getting tired. We only have 9 more to go, I think. And then I'm going to switch to a either weekly or maybe 5 times a week. I haven't decided yet. Let me know if you have an opinion on that. I'm thinking about doing a big drawing once a week and just take forever, get a big piece of paper, do super detail, spend 3 days on the drawing, another day editing, upload, once a week sort of thing. What I also could do is just keep going in the sketchbook and try and do a, you know, once every other day sort of thing, or, you know, 5 days a week. So I don't know. We'll see. Haven't decided yet. I might experiment with all of those ideas, see what happens. But yeah, so I'm coming through with the brush pen. I'm getting a lot more comfortable with it, which is nice. And just getting all those, like, you know, dark shadows put in there. Lots of texture. I love the contrast. Just anywhere I can see where it might have a nice dark shadow, I'll just go for it. Mrs. Ramshackle came in and looked at this after I was done and said it was horrific and then walked out. So I guess mission accomplished. He's a scratchy boy, a very scratchy boy. Here I'm going through and putting a nice layer of dark down underneath to give him a shadow. And then, yeah, I'm switching over to the extra fine fountain pen here. And doing some cross-hatching just to get all those medium tones in there. Lots of contour shading. All that stuff. I grabbed a kneaded eraser and got rid of some of the pencil, because it was kind of getting confusing with the cross-hatching. I find that if you're going to use pencil and then brush pen and fountain pen, you're going to want, if you're going to erase, you're going to want to give it a good amount of time to dry before you take an eraser to it. Otherwise, that ink's going to smudge, even if it looks dry. So you want to give it a good 30 minutes or so. I edited it out of the videos, the waiting time, but I let it sit there for like, 15 to 30 minutes before I even try to erase. Just to be extra sure, because I've done it and paid the price. Just go to erase a pencil line and just smudge the crap out of it. And you're like, oh my God, what have I done? So yeah, just make sure you give it lots of time to dry. You can get up and go look out your window, look at a bird. Whatever you want to do. Coming back through with the brush pen there, just real quick to get some extra little details in the background. And then I'm right back to hatching. Decided to give him nice little beady eyes. I started out with the extra fine, which has Noodlers in it, but Noodlers black is a little bit translucent in an extra fine. So here I'm coming through with medium with some, I think it has Waterman in it. Waterman Intense Black. Which I found all the inks are pretty similar in how black they are. It's just what size nib you use, I think, affects how dark it ends up being. This is like the thicker the ink is getting put down, the darker it ends up looking. So pretty much anything I put in this extra fine ends up being a little bit translucent. Whereas if I put something in the medium, it ends up being a lot darker. I don't know if that applies to all inks, but with the ones that I've been using, it seems to be the case. So yeah, here I realized I forgot some of the shadowing. I was going to come through with the fountain pen because I can get a little finer details there. So I'm just going through and adding a little more darkness. And here I'm finishing up the hatching. Getting all those little wrinkles and gross little details that I can just crammed in there. I was really happy with how the gullets or the necks or whatever on both the heads just look like they're twisted around and contorted. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, and then here I'm coming through and just putting a little bit of hatching down, and then I decided to do a scratchy little outline to go with the theme, and then a little bit of a vignette just to make it pop. And yeah, here I'm just doing a little bit of finishing touches and it'll be done. So thanks for watching. Go ahead and give me a like, a comment, a subscribe, all that stuff if you enjoyed it. And thank you to my patrons on Patreon, and I will see you next time. All right, bye.